Hello YouTube. I'm going to show you a video of my planer, how to use it. I got this planer at an antique store for like $10, and it had a lot of rust on the blade, the slider, the handles were pretty loose. When you turn this one would wobble. Sorry, I'm harsh in the throat, but anyways, the finish and the shape of the handles are perfect. I mean, there was nothing wrong with it at all, really. I mean, it was in great shape, and the framing was in good shape other than the paint, just the paint wearing the black paint. But what I done was, first, I did the handles first. I overlooked all the stain, make sure the stain was still good. I mean, there wasn't no wear, cracks in the handle, but you remove the handles from these two screws. In order to get this screw out, you have to take the top piece off. But I took the handles off, and I took some 80 grit sandpaper, and I just shaved it down maybe 1/1000 to 2/1000. I mean, just slightly. That's 2 or 3 swipes. And I done that 2 or 3 times until I got a perfect fit. I done that on both sides to make sure both handles were snug. This one was turning when I got it, and it doesn't turn anymore. So it's good and tight. And this one right here is good and tight as well. I done it the same way, but made sure everything was flush as well. But the way you use it is, the way it works is down here on the bottom has a nice flush platform with a blade that sticks out right here. When I first got it, there was no space between the blade and the frame, so the wood had nowhere to go. It was constantly jamming. So how you fix that is, there's 2 screws here and here. It's a flathead screwdriver. You can take those off, or just loosen them, and you can back this frame forward or backwards. I pushed it backward to open the gap up to allow the wood to peel up. Then you just retighten to the specific tightness that you need. The blade, and I call it the slider, the blade slides on it, is held together with a little screw. If you're out using it and you don't have a flathead on hand, I call it the locking plate. Because it fits right in there good and snug, and you can loosen. I always take a Sharpie or something and mark where I'm at, where my slider's at. Reason being is if you have to adjust it, or you have to take it over for cleaning, you know where to put it back to make sure it's cutting to a specific depth that you want. But this right here is the screw. It controls how tight the locking plate presses down on the blade. And there's a little notch right here that this little handle here is controlled. It will either go up or down to raise or lower the cutting depth. Take the locking plate, stick it back on, slide it down. Sometimes if it's too tight, I have to just turn it until it goes on. And press that down. Now, make sure that everything's good and straight. Alright, now, say you're wanting to bevel an edge of the wood, you would push this lever left or right to shape your bevel. That's how it works. The blade moving. And as it does it, that determines how far it'll cut. Now, if you need to cut deeper in the wood or lower in the wood, you would adjust that by this little handle screw here. The further you push it in, the further the blade will rise up, making the depth lower. The further you back it out, the further the handle will go deeper down, but it will cut. The blade is right there, so when you slide it, it peels the wood up and shaves it right up into here and rolls it up. It comes out in a big chunk, so it'll remove a lot of material. So just make sure you really know what you're doing prior to use, and that way you don't overshoot, and always measure. But when I got it, the blade was covered in rust. I got it and I sanded it down with 100 grit sandpaper and polished it up with 200 grit. Got all the dirt and just gunk off of it that I could get. All this right here has remained the same. I didn't have to do any work to it. I don't know if you can see it, but take a hole punch, center point punch, put my initials here and the maker's mark here. It is made in USA. It's got USA stamped everywhere on it, even on the bottom of the, it did have it stamped on the bottom of the handle, burned in, but not there no more. I sanded it off. But from the blade, spacer, the locking plate, and the frame. So every part's got stamped USA. But this is a planer. Why people quit using these? Because they got lazy. They didn't want to do it anymore because it's manual work. You have to manually slide this. They have electronic spacers or planers now, and nobody wants to use them for that specific fact. But if I can make any recommendations, if you're a tool collector like I am, or you're homesteading as well as I do, you can afford. Well, I could afford. I do have a job and I work, but you don't want to buy that electronic stuff. You can do it the old way, and it's more fulfilling. You feel more whole inside of you that you've done it and you build it with your own hands and the basic hand tools required to build it. Technology didn't build what you made. So if you're thinking about, if you've ever thought about getting one, I recommend getting one, even if it looks like junk. Restore it. Make it your own. Make it to the maker's mark. Make it to your own. But I'll be posting more videos. Next video will probably be of one of my axes that I restored, and then once I'm getting in more axes and more tools, I will put in restoring videos. But until then, I'll go through and show you exactly how I did it and what I used to do it, and that way you can do it your own way. And then eventually, if I run into another good planer that's solid built like this one, I'll go ahead and buy it and restore it again for the video's sake. So, anyways, like always, have a good blessed night. I'll be posting this video probably sometime tomorrow. I have to go to work in just a few minutes. But just find your passion, enjoy it, and don't let nothing step in your way of enjoying it. And this is a shout out to the Wrangler Star. He's the one that inspired me to do this, inspired me to start homesteading. But if you guys don't mind, subscribe to his channel, subscribe to mine if you don't mind. I'll put up some more videos, and I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you.